Welcome to the second episode of the LGD Trade Podcast. In this episode, our host Sandhya Valecha talks to Zulu Ghevriya about the future of lab-grown diamonds. So without further ado, let me hand it over to Sandhya Valecha.
Zulu, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Sandhya. Thank you for inviting me and thank you for having me for the lovely podcast. I'm looking forward to talk to you.
Likewise, I'm super excited to dive right into so many thoughts, questions, topics that I have in mind. Let's dive right into the name Smiling Rocks. Who decided to give the name and what's the story? What's the beautiful story behind?
Well, that's a very interesting story behind Smiling Rocks. So, uh, yeah, I mean, like this is the name that we dreamt of about our business and Smiling Rocks. We were thinking of doing business in lab grown diamonds. That's what our core idea was. And since then, like back then when we were deciding the name, lab grown diamond was not very much in the liking of everybody. And it was, like lab grown diamond itself was, preparing and building its own legacy. And we knew that it's going to be challenging for us to be, like if we compare diamonds, lab grown diamond with diamonds, with mine diamonds, so it's going to be challenging as well. So we decided not to take it as a diamond angle, we take it as a rocks angle. So we said it's a rock. Don't say this is a diamond, but see this is a beautiful glittering rock's going to be make a lot of change in the people's life. And our business idea is to bring smile on the people's face. So we thought the Smiling Rocks is the best name that we could go for, and that's how the name came up. And we see like everybody's liking the name, everybody's remembering the name with very pleased memories. And they can see that we can see immediate smiles on their face when they even talk about Smiling Rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. You said it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it is. It is, as you said, the recall value and it sticks in the mind, right? Smiling rocks. So, who in the family or the company was the first person? Was it like, there's always that moment. So, during the brainstorming sessions, or when you're really not thinking, but still thinking about the main idea, and here, Eureka moment, it strikes you. So, do you remember maybe the time or who in the
Yeah,
team?
if I'm recalling my memories back about the business that we have built it and we were thought of in 2005, first time I had a lab grown diamonds on my hand. And then I have shared with Manish, the co-founder and the chairman of our business. And he's our cousin, my cousin brother as well. So it's a family business that we have it. And I sent it to him. I said, look, this stones is diamonds and it's grown in a lab. And I still remember the first word he said, Zulu, this rocks is going to be changed the whole dynamic of the business. And but there will be a right time to come. It's too early to think about anything, but this is going to be a big change in the industry. And I can see his forecast and vision behind that the rock he was holding. And when the time came up, we were deciding to go for more deeper and serious in this segment. And for the long time that we had an idea of participate ourselves with some good causes and the better causes. So we thought this is the right time for us to be stepped in. And this was his idea to bring this business for the better level and the next level, that how we can bring Smiling Rocks for valuable, for not for us but a humanitarian value. So that's how we came up with this idea to build Smiling Rocks, and here we are.
Wow, you've touched upon so many things. I'm like, what should I ask first? Like, humanitarian angle. Then, my mind is racing with so many thoughts. It wants to ask you, okay, like 2005, you got the lab grown diamond in your hand, and you were like, hey, this is going to change the industry. So, was it somebody in your network or friend circle or family who was actually making it in their own labs, or was it one of your acquaintances who brought it to you? How did you first discover it?
Yeah, so I mean, like the first diamonds came in our hand was just an industrial prospect, and we those days the lab grown diamond be used for the diamond wheels to be made, and yeah, and those days there was not a gem quality of diamonds, but the technology was improving. Everybody was looking forward that, and the idea was to go in this business was like we knew that it's a dynamic changing angle for industry, and we had that idea for a long time, and we were waiting and waiting and waiting for the right timing because the prices was not right, and we saw that there should be substantial differences of the prices in the mine diamond and the lab grown diamond, because we know that this is a technology driven product, and it's going to be in a volume, it's going to be unlimited in terms of productions. So there has to be some difference between the prices of mined and this, because mine diamond, we have the angle of rarity, we have the angle of mining and the scarcity of all these production sites and all. So we were thinking of the right timing for build this angle. We had a couple of connections who were growing the diamonds. At that time, we didn't thought of to step into the growing the diamonds at the beginning, but we were planning to go for like testing the product and testing the market and see the reactions and how it goes and how it plans. We had our own strategies on the marketing sides, then the growing side. So that's how we started. And yes, so using our connections on the growing and from like you can say in mind, I learned the good words about lab grown diamond is G2C, is growers growing to consumers. So we step first on the consumer side and then the growing side. That's how the business has been planned. Yeah.
So I'd love to know more about your marketing process, how you're marketing, because you said, right, the interesting element, you went from consumers to the growing side, right? So you saw it from the other side. So tell me more about your marketing process.
Yeah, I mean, like we were always in favor of like what consumers are reacting on this diamond. So because that's how the whole industry will drive, and we had a strong belief that if consumers are believing in these products, that means this is unstoppable, and that's what it exactly happened. We saw consumers love this product. Consumers knew about the benefits of the lab grown diamonds to having in their collections, in their wardrobes. They knew that lab grown diamond is going to be help them in many different ways. The number one, monetary. This is the biggest factors that they have noticed at the beginning. It's a huge price difference they are saving over there. Number two, sustainability is the big angle that they also can favor of. And number three, they have a bigger and larger choice of the products. They can own it. They knew that they hardly or rarely may, and I'm talking about average consumers, that having 1 carat or below size of the stones to own it. Here they have a chance of getting 2 carat plus sizes. So I see there is a lot of benefits that consumers were experiencing in overall, and that's what our biggest motivations in lab grown diamonds we saw. And then we wanted to put ourselves in that experience first, and then we saw there is that's what like encourage us to go more deeper and then go on the other side of the business, which is growing. And yeah, so the first we have put ourselves in the marketing side and put ourselves as a brand establishment, where we see Smiling Rocks is establishing brand in America and worldwide right now. And then we stop. Then we think of to go on other side of the business. Yeah.
So you mentioned that it was from the consumer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So were you initially interacting with consumers, or were you studying the reports out there? How was it like, or were you also doing both to understand really what was going on in consumers' minds about the benefits, and who was telling them about the benefits? Again, various blogs or various leaders in the industry.
Yeah. So like first of all, believe in lab grown diamond, that was our first like interest. And then we personally believe in lab grown diamond. That was the first steps we had it. Then the consumer, we were looking at the reactions of the consumer. So we established our brand as a B2C brand, like directly talking to the consumers, directly encountering the consumers' questions and answers and anything. And then, and I had put myself open to talk with many people, that I was visiting the retailers and the counters, and like I had uh, put myself standing behind the counters and experiencing what consumers wanted to know, what educations they might get it from us. So and just for to get an educations from my from, I mean, like for me and to the consumers, that's what I was looking at. And we put ourselves as a B2C brand where we can directly talk to the consumers. In the beginning, I'm talking about right now, we are not B2C brand, but we are available with many of our retail outlets, our distribution houses. That's what we are available right now. But to put ourselves in the beginning as B2C is to give more educations to the consumers, share more, like the better prospect of lab grown diamonds, and share more beauty about lab grown diamond. Because in the beginning, education was much needed. Not many retailers were coming forward and sharing the, educations for retailers. And then we saw that this was a big lacking in overall business sides and business models. So I was like, as a Smiling Rocks, we took this responsibility and put ourselves to talking with the consumers and sharing as much as the knowledge we can. And that was a great experience we had as a brand. Yeah.
So let's talk about the humanitarian aspect and contributing to sustainability and a better future for our children and for future generations, right? You spoke about that aspect and really wanting to focus on the humanitarian angle in 2005 when you felt that this was the need of the hour.
Yeah, I mean, like as a group company, we were always thinking of to connect with something better causes. And we found this is a great opportunity for us as a group. We can, we can build as a business model, and that's why we build Smiling Rocks as a philanthropic business model. We say this is a philanthropic business model, which means this business gives back. This business believes in giving back. And we have, our angle of giving back through our business is like 3% of our business revenue goes to the charity, our foundation, and then it supports many organizations through our charity foundation. And 1% of our diamond revenue goes to the charity foundation. So this is how we believe that we can connect back to the community. We can work to the better causes. And that's how we find one of our satisfactions of our angles that we can work towards. And secondly, we see lab grown diamond is serving a great sustainable angle. And we can build a brand which is responsibly, serving consumers towards a better future. And to taking that sustainable angle in a serious manner, that we become a positive luxury certified brand, which is working towards your ESG angles in all the sectors. And it gives you like a more like accountability towards your business and to the consumers. So Smiling Rocks is a responsible brand which gives like the business to the more accountable sides, and for give more transparent business model to the consumers. And I think this is the future. Most of the companies should look towards that, and I see many companies are taking towards this kind of steps. So this is what Smiling Rocks is building towards, and that's what we build our business model. And through charities, we are supporting many different causes. Example, we are in a mission of cleaning ocean this year, and we have been cleared more than, if I'm not wrong today, more than 26,000 pound ocean trash, through taking little steps in just our like exhibitions. Like last year, this year, Vegas, we were cleaning 100 pound of ocean trash on each visit to us in the exhibition. So all our visitors, our retail partners, were amazed by doing this kind of causes, and we were sending them certificates. And together, we have cleaned 26,000 pound of ocean trash till now. And that's the only one step we are doing. But the second, like, we are opening digital labs, which means we are providing digital educations to the children who is underprivileged to get like digital academic in their areas, or not affordable for them to get this education. So we're giving free of cost this kind of education, where children can have uh, digital educations through Smiling Rocks digital labs. We recently opened our first lab, and we have a target of more than 100 labs in coming future. And that's one of our goals to go forward through our foundation. And again, we are working with the childrens who are to the surgery in a they do clip lifting for surgery, and then we building with Smile Networks, one of the USA organizations we're working with. So, and we also giving we also launch our Smiling Rocks scholarship, that we support children to do their college educations, and like sponsor them for their educations through our scholarships. So yeah, these are the angles that we are looking forward to build with Smiling Rocks Foundation, I think, and it's keep going on. So every business we do in Smiling Rocks has some meaning, has some angles to support, has some angles to communication back, or giving back. So I feel this is a worth for us. This is serving our purpose of our business model, and we're working towards. And I see this is the beauty of lab grown diamonds we can build in this business model. That's why it called Smiling Rocks.
Someone were to apply for scholarships, how can they go about, and what's the process?
Okay, so we have launched our first Smiling Rock scholarship with First Responders Children's Foundation in New York. So First Responders Children Foundation is the organization who is helping to the children's of those children's whose family members were serving to the community as a first responders, whether it's a firemen, a policeman, or nurses, or doctors, whoever. So that's organization. So those kids who are losing their support in their family at serving at their at the as the first responders. So we are supporting those kids right now. So our first scholarship is launched with them.
Fabulous. And it's amazing how you said that that's the beauty of lab grown diamonds, right? And so many areas and initiatives that you as a company are taking towards helping people, making the society better, and really the way you've been helping clean the oceans. So, any message that you have out there to other lab grown diamonds companies that are wanting to come forward and help more people and also create more awareness?
Yeah, I mean, see, doing lab grown diamond business itself is serving one purpose. Yeah, you are actually building a business model which is earth friendly business model, I can say. You don't involve your business practices in the mining sites or anything else. So let's not go for that side. But I believe every lab grown diamond companies have this one angles to be served as a sustainable side of the business. But yes, through the educations, lab grown diamonds and the beauty of lab grown diamonds, the positives of the lab grown diamonds, we can build a huge industry. I always say that we are in the process of building $80 billion industry, and I think it's making of $80 billion industry. And we see right now lab grown diamonds, I think, is about to cross 10% of the global diamond and jewelry business revenues. So I think this is what the progresses are, and this is what we can see as an opportunity to cater in the lab grown diamond business. Yes, we have a lot to share as a positives as an industry. So consumers, and it's actually helping consumers. I always say that this is a blessings to the consumers. Lab grown diamond is really blessings to the consumers in terms of you are saving a hard earning money of the huge population of this world, which is middle class, and you're giving them a great opportunity to use diamond to serve and to get and own their much desired luxury. And this is what we are giving them with the savings, and they are still saving a huge money. Our like upper class, and you can say the elite class of the people, they are now getting bigger and bigger size of the diamonds, because they always also wanted to have more diamonds in their collections. So that's lab grown diamond is catering their needs as well. So eventually we are serving the full dynamic of the consumers through lab grown diamonds. And we are fortunate that we have a different size available, many size available through lab grown as well. So I think this is what as an industry we have huge possibilities to build a big volume industry. And I think we are on the process now.
There are some industry leaders who've been here for generations and who started out obviously in the natural diamonds industry, in the mining industry. And if they say that they are building communities, giving employment, building schools, helping people while focused on the mining industry. And if LGD, the lab grown diamonds industry, vociferously, speedily enters, and it is already entered, but like speedily expands, and a lot of LGDs are grown, then that will affect the natural mining industry, and it might affect the employment and all those people who are currently working there and their families and the livelihoods. So, what's your response to that?
Okay, I think this is a great question. We should discuss this very openly in this topic. If we wanted to coexist together as both industry has their own positives. First of all, let's talk about mine diamond industry. Definitely, mine industry has been tried since many years to show the as transparent journey of the mine diamonds for the consumers, and that was been always the priority I have seen by miners and even the industry itself. Like we introduce KP, we introduce the chain of custodies, which introduced the blockchains, and a lot of topics that we had brought up in the mine industry. And I think it's necessary because consumers deserve all these things. And miners were kept working towards the betterment of the local communities that they're using for minings, and to make the improvements or empowering them as best as they can. Nothing wrong in it, and they should continue it. But by having lab grown diamond industry, or by growing lab grown diamond industry, it is going to be affect that industry. I don't think so, because and it's a myth that is going to be affect. The important is that there is a higher chance of having both industry coexist, because both has a different value. Mining diamond has the billions of dollars, value of the, existing, the angle of the rarity, angle of the uniqueness. That's the angle they have it in the mine diamonds, and that's what they keep using for many years. I agree. Let's keep doing that. Okay. End of the day, if consumers are selling themselves to buying themselves with this topics, why not? But lab grown diamond is giving another angle to the consumers, that you don't have to pay this much to own one rock, or you can have a bigger stones, or you can have another stone in your collection. uh, Women's want more and more diamonds, so it's, I don't have to say that what women's want that, but they need as many as diamonds, as many as jewelry, because this stone is, it having its sparkle, it has its allure. When you look at the diamonds, I love diamonds. Whenever I see diamonds, it's gives me that kind of like uniqueness, sparkles, whether it's lab or mine. So I love this. So does women's art. So uh, that what you're giving another opportunity for to the women's or the consumers to buy more diamonds, and with the limited amount of their spending. So that's what the mine diamond, lab grown diamond will exist with that. So I think so. There is a big chances of having both industry to coexist. It's not a threat to each other. If you're taking as a threat, um, I think it's individual perceptions of the people, but I don't see this as a threat. I see this as an opportunity for the consumers, and we all are serving consumers. We need to see what consumers will be get benefit of it. So, and we should do the business end. I am seeing today like many. I'm saying almost everybody who is doing mine diamond business are trying their hands in the lab grown diamonds, and because they believe in that, they see the consumers are liking it, they see what consumers wanted, and this is the change happening, and that's what everybody is seeing. This is an opportunity for them in the business, so why not? So I see we should work towards these angles, and to serve the consumers and let this both industry flourish together.
A lot of articles that float around about natural versus lab grown diamonds. Articles focusing on the fact that natural mined diamonds, they take billions of years to form, while lab grown diamonds, they take just a little while compared to billions of years. So maybe mined and natural are good and lab grown are not. And if that's the thesis that's being put out there, and maybe when consumers are reading both the, opinions and forming their own, what's your response to them, and how should they decipher and make their opinion?
I believe this is the world of very quick actions. We have seen that today's consumers are getting a little impatience as well. Like you see the technology uses, it makes us more like looking at the results that we wanted in the snaps, and we just wanted whatever is available in the certain periods and certain times. And today's consumers are very, very open-minded. They are very well educated, and they only make sense. It only makes sense for them if it is not diamond. If while it's getting in a few weeks or a few months, and the billion versus billions of years. If they see this is diamonds, exact same diamonds, physical, chemical, optical, all the properties are same, and it's getting in a month time or on in a certain time, I'm taking it, because and it's savings my money. It's giving me everything I deserve in certain periods. So why would I bother for certain values, or which is available for me at certain cost? So I believe today's consumers are having very open mind in their sides, and they are looking forward to get experience the different luxury which is benefiting them. Doesn't matter it comes in what time frame they are taking it. because we are seeing the huge growth of fast fashion as well in our fashion industries. People wanted to switch their fashions like in the seasons or months.
Like
So I think
as well sometimes, right? 3 meals a day, kind of
exactly.
fast fashion.
Yeah, so maybe lab grown diamond is an opportunity for them as well to having experiencing the luxury in certain costs at every season, every month, every time. Why not? Why not? Why not? We are offering this opportunity to the consumers and telling them, listen, in the fall you had a different luxury, in winter you had a different luxury. Why not? And you can still afford it. It's not affecting your wallet. It's not affecting your bank account. So go for that. So this is the value I can see as a lab grown diamond we can cater.
Okay, so we speak about fast fashion, right? And we don't really think about reselling those clothes and the value that they have. However, natural versus lab grown. There's this question, or again, the thesis that's being put out there that, hey, if you buy lab grown diamonds, the resale value is nowhere close to the natural. So beware when you're buying LGDs, you won't really be able to sell. What's your response to them?
I think this question has been stuck in my mind for many times. Let us give some more thoughts, deeper thoughts in this question. Resale values. Let's talk about in mine diamonds. When did we started talking about resale value in mine diamonds? Since how long? Okay, even in mine diamonds, since how long? I remember the era of kings and even the BCs. We were talking about diamonds being used, right? Lab grown diamond mine diamond industry has a history of hundreds of years of existing in this world. It been never discussed about the resale value of that time. Now recently, maybe 4 or 5 decades, we started talking about these things to just get our more value sales to the consumers, and to give an extra sell point to the consumers that, oh, mine diamond has a resale value. Good. I think it's good because we have in mine diamond. But I believe lab grown diamond is very, very young industry. uh, it is just barely 5 6 year old industry. It's a big asking to the industry right now. It's a very valid and legit questions to be asked as well. I understand that. But industry itself establishing, it's taking time. And number two, it's in the frictions of the price compared to mine diamonds. So if I am not wrong, average consumers buying mine diamonds, how much value are they getting back when they selling the same luxury? I believe 40% or 50%, let's say like that, averagely. Please excuse me if my states are wrong. So even in less than that value, consumers are buying lab grown diamond today. So there is no point. I believe they don't have any points to be resold. They will be find more desire to own extra and get another piece of jewelry. So in meantime, there still be a questions that we can find a way that we can give an extra value to the consumers. But yet I believe this should be leave on industry's existence in a longer run. Every companies, every brands, every retailers are working towards that on their own way to find the retail values or resale values of the lab grown diamond. And I believe this is going to be take place very soon. But I believe more value will be like a branding. More value to the consumers is like more authenticity. Authorizations of lab grown diamonds for the consumers will be more valuable in coming days. And I think this is very important for consumers when they're buying lab grown than just a generic product. So we believe in Smiling Rocks that we can give an extra value to the consumers, that they feel that they own something which is more valuable for them, for the world, and for the entire planet. So that's what I believe, that we can give extra value to the consumers by selling lab grown diamonds.
the ongoing efforts that Smiling Rocks has been putting in since 2005 in consumer education. So currently, what are the new efforts that you've been putting in as organization to continue creating more awareness, to continue telling more people through blogs, through your social media pages about the benefits of they not just in terms of saving, but yes, in contributing to a better planet.
The first important things is that we as a brand that we are doing to spread awareness, as many as possible, the share the beauty and the positives of the lab grown diamond as an industry, and as the value that we as a brand providing. We using many multimedia channels for us. We using our marketing with the different prongs and podcast, social medias, or through our retail channels, and through our websites, through our different digital channels that we can participate with to you through you, like the medias that works towards to the industry. So I think this is what we are taking as a steps that we can educate more customers, educate more retailers to think about lab grown diamonds, to own it, and give an extra options to their consumers. And we are also enlarging our work in our foundation, that we can participate more deeper with the different values. Like as I said, like we have just started our digital lab operation, then we gonna be in very big value. We are planting trees with our customers, with our retailers. We have been planted more than 145,000 trees so far, and then in the process right now. We are celebrating our employees' birthday with the good causes by planting trees, cleaning oceans. So we are spreading this awareness with our team, with our retail partners, to the consumers as many way we can. And that's the best way we see this is the right way for us to go forward, and we are continuing on that.
Have you also, or are you planning to hire influencers to help you out with LGDs? Because I see natural industry doing that a lot.
Well, you will be very happy to know that Smiling Rocks has been one of the most favorite among the celebrities. They're wearing Smiling Rocks. Olivia Colman, Oscar winner actress, she is keep wearing our designs, and we have been produced many award-winning designs through our line and our collections. And many celebrities today are wearing Smiling Rocks in the many award functions, and you can keep seeing in our social media pages, we sharing to the consumers that who is loving Smiling Rocks, and which awards they're wearing it. So I think yeah, the influencers is another channel that we were using and we are using as well. And it's a great way to share your words and your in your stories to the consumers, and we are working towards that angle as well.
So if people were to reach out to you, connect with you, what's the best platform to connect with you?
We have a great digital footprints. You will find us in a many different areas. You definitely can connect with us, our websites, through any of our key employees social media accounts, directly to the Smiling Rocks social media accounts. So these are the areas that you can call us in our offices, where we are very open to talk with the people that they wanted to know about us, about Smiling Rocks. So there are many areas that they can connect with us.
Tell us some names where people can find Smiling Rocks.
We have more than 600 plus retail outlets today in America, and even in Europe as well. So we're working towards many high-end retail partners for Smiling Rocks to carry our line, and they're really looking forward to build a strong lab-grown diamond and like high-end lab-grown diamond brands with us, and that's what we are available with most of our retail channels. Yeah.
So which of the natural diamonds organizations come to your mind that are very, very rigid and you feel will not move towards LGDs very soon, but are like pretty adamant? And but it's high time that they maybe should change.
I don't see as an rigid and as an angle, but Mind Diamonds has a organization which is only promoting only natural diamond. This is what I see. And I think this is the right way to promote Mind Diamonds. If you don't differentiate to industry, you are confusing customers. And they took a right way to promote only natural diamond. And I think I don't see them to be think about lab grown diamond, because it has to be very segregated, and it has to be a separate. So I don't see any organization, like many organizations in worldwide, they having lab grown diamond as a one sector of their organization, like say GJPC in India. So they have lab grown diamond as one panel. So and many organizations around the world adding lab grown diamond as a panel, and I see this openness in many organizations. So it is happening everywhere, but still there is needed to be a separate like clarifications of mind and lab grown diamonds in any organization itself, and also in the promotion itself. So that's what I see many organizations is very precisely doing. NDCA, I believe they are doing only natural diamond, natural color diamonds, or only natural diamonds. So these are the very precisely promoting natural diamond, or you can say Mind Diamond. And I don't see them promoting lab grown diamonds or having lab grown diamonds an option for future, and which is not needed as well, because they will never want it confuse consumers to be confused. And this is the right way to go as well.
Some people who I've spoken with say that maybe 30 or max 40 years and we will run out of Mind Diamonds.
This is the data has been produced by miner itself, that the limitations of the mine in coming future. We have seen the Argyle mine has the limitations, and the last year they closed the mine, and so does the many datas are provided by many miners that 2047 is the time that we see very less mine diamonds to be produced. Well, I think if this is going to be happen, then the lab grown is the best substitute for everybody to go for, and then look towards the same luxury. They love it. And I think it's not a bad sign. It's a good sign for the consumers that even though the minings are closing, there is a diamonds available.
Also the environment, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, see, when mining is happening, I'm not saying how bad or good happening, but it's mining. So when it's stopped or it's not happening, at least you're having something better sides on that. So let's take it positive way. If there is no mining happening for diamond to be get, there is an options for lab grown diamonds to look at. And I think it's a better and positive sides of lab grown diamonds to look into.
Kind of, I don't know why, but the Kodak moment is coming to my mind, where Kodak, or maybe the Nokia moment, right? What do you think?
Well, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't think the mining will be completely closed. People love mine diamonds. There will be always a fan following for the mine diamond, but new generations, I doubt. Gen Z and the millennials, they are different generations. They just don't believe what you said. They search it, they educate it themselves, and then they buy it. So they're not the generations that you will say something and they will believe it. They are the generations, they will research it, they will see this is right or wrong, they will see what value you're providing really behind it, and then they will buy it. So it's challenging for even the mine diamond industry to tell them, keep telling them, listen, we are mining, but we are doing better. We are mining, but this is a billion-year-old stone. You should own it. And at the same time, the lab-grown diamond industry will tell them, like, listen, this is diamond grow in the lab. It's the same diamond using certain amount of the energy compared to X amount of the energy used for the mining, and you see the differences. So consumers will think, they will look into their positives, and then they'll buy it. So ready for that. I'm saying even for lab grown, even for miners, for mine diamond industry, I'm saying we should ready for encounter these hard questions that consumers started asking or will ask us in coming days. That's why we see the sustainability is the biggest necessary for any industry. I'm seeing the luxury industry is forcing themselves to put as a sustainable substitute for the consumers, and it's not happening overnight. They see the future is this. They see the consumers are going to be have these kind of questions for them, so they are preparing themselves, and I think this is the right way. So I believe versus who is not necessary, but who is prepared for the next generation's questions or next generation's needs, they will win.
If we were to take a lab grown diamond to an expert and he looks at it, reviews it, even scientists, right, would probably maybe, but may not really find any difference at all between the two, mined or LGDs.
You don't find by your naked eye, this is mined or this is lab grown, which is not possible. But yes, the gemologist, with the expert experience with the instruments, they are able to say this. So the consumers or even the retailers or even the experts, the industry players itself, by naked eyes, you cannot say this is mined or lab grown. There has to be a certain instruments to be understand or to study them and then see the process of their internal structures of growing only tells us that this is mined or lab grown diamonds. Yeah.
Let's for a moment pause and applaud the human mind, right? It's capable of creating anything. Imagine like something that takes billions of years, but human mind working in the lab created this beautiful, amazing, exact same diamond in labs, right?
Well, yes, that's why at Smiling Rocks we have a painting which painted by very renowned artist Rina Aluwalia. We commissioned this painting with her, and then she made a beautiful painting. The idea of that painting was to celebrate the innovation of human as in the diamonds that we have produced in the lab. This is a miracle. This is what we have created, what God has made it. And I think it's a moment of celebration. So we named this painting the Zenith, and it's available in our websites to look into as well. And we ourselves have that moment captured in the canvas with her, with Rina, in the painting. It's called the Zenith painting, which is a celebration of human innovation and passion. Yeah.
In conclusion, what's your message about Smiling Rocks, your strategy, your brand story, anything and everything that you want viewers and the audience to know about that we haven't so far touched upon, but it's super important for them to know about Smiling Rocks?
The message for my retail partners or probably a future partners from Smiling Rocks is that you are looking at a brand which has a value to be offered, which has a value to share with your customers. And I think with Smiling Rocks, you have a lot of stories to share with the consumers and give them the beauty of lab-grown diamond as another options for their luxury purchases. We having a great success, sharing a great success with our existing retail partners, and we see this is an opportunity to grow with many of our upcoming retail partners and the channels and the distribution channels. And I see, overall as an industry, lab grown diamond is a great options for anyone's to be considered. If you are not carrying today, I think is the right time, is a high time to be look at another options for you to see, to offer one more luxury. It's very simple. When you're offering, example, Swarovski, or you're offering a Pandora, or you're offering any other luxury in your store, or plain gold jewelry, or a diamond jewelry. So this is another options as a lab grown diamond jewelry, because you don't want consumers walking into your stores going empty handed without purchasing anything. So why don't you offer one more choice to them and tell them, like, here, this is a diamond, this is the same diamonds grown in the lab, and it's in certain budget. Why don't you try this? So that's the way you can make your consumers and motivate them to be look into different options, and that's what you're serving them as a better way. I think as an industry, it's our responsibility to give as an options to the consumers, and I believe this is what Smiling Rocks is doing, and we have an extra value to provide as a sustainable side of the business, and consumers will love that. Today's consumers are very open, value-driven consumers. They want something that they can purchase with some certain values. So I believe this is a great opportunity together with Smiling Rocks. You can always pursue, and we can explore this beauty in coming future. It's great conversations with you, Sandhya. You have covered pretty much everything in this interview, and it's even more than my expectations that you have covered the angles that I haven't thought of. But yeah, I'm very pleased and happy to answer your questions. And I think it's necessary to discuss these kind of conversations with the different industry players, with different industry, leaders. This is what consumers are looking forward. This is educations that consumers are looking to get in. It makes them more comfortable to look into the industries as a positive side, and even both industry, because there is a lot of myths has been spreaded, a lot of rumors has been spreaded. But when there is a right educations go through the right channels, it's very important. You did a great job, and I'm very pleased to answer you.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Really appreciate those wonderful words. All the very best with everything that you planned out there for Smiling Rocks, and for contributing to a better world, a better tomorrow, and helping consumers with amazing value products, and all the plans that you have for this year and many more. All the very best.
Well, we are in a mission of spreading smiles and spreading the values and the beauty of lab-grown diamonds, and a mission of giving back. So we will keep going on, and with your wishes, we will do even better. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it for giving me again a chance to share my views on lab-grown diamonds and the industry. I appreciate it for your opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to buy lab-grown diamonds from trusted sellers at the lowest guaranteed price in the industry, then become a member today of the LGD Trade portal. You can sign up today for just $1 for a full 12 months. To sign up, please visit www.lgdtrade.com/buyer.